Can you hear the cicadas? It's crazy. Last night we had 2 storms come in and it pretty much did some damage to my garden. You can see in the front yard there's a couple of branches hanging down or that had fallen off. But right now we are trying to head into the garden to fix a lot of the plants that fell over. Corn's all leaning and my tomatoes are all the fabric that I had pinned down. The pins did not hold and they flew up. And oh gosh, the midges are out too. They're biting me. But yeah, so we are gonna go and see what we can recover. I know a lot of it is broken and damaged. So we'll see what the damage is. All right, so you can see the corn is all leaning. So we're gonna try and stand up what we can. Lost a pepper plant right here, snapped. And then I also, look at that monstrosity over there. I gotta try and get it all back in without doing more damage to the tomato plants. So that's gonna be a nightmare. This is gonna be impossible with this wind. All right guys, I need help. I'm so thankful for Jesse. We make such a good team and we really do work well together, and at this time was a time that he had to kind of talk me down a little bit because I was so discouraged by this. I just wanted to throw in the towel and be done. And he was like, it's gonna be okay, we'll figure this out one plant at a time, it'll be all right. And I'm so glad I listened to him and we pushed through. We did lose a couple of plants, probably a total of about 8 to 10. I didn't take an exact count. I'm also thankful that we have a nursery nearby. I was able to go buy pretty cheaply a few replacements for the plants that did get too damaged that were unable to recover. But for the most part, we were able to put everything back together. Yeah, I mean, I doubt you can even hear us, but the logs are just, we put logs on it to hold it in place, and it's just not even holding it.
And no, we don't have microphones yet, sorry.
Yeah, microphones aren't in the cards for right now.
That's our biggest complaint, but nothing we can do about it. We're a small YouTube channel.
Yeah. Your shirt. Right about now is where I go into detail about how windy it is and how we underestimated the power of the wind. We decided to put down wood planks along each aisle. This will do 2 things for us. It will hold it in place and also give us a plank to walk along because it is actually quite mushy from where we tilled and all the rain that we've had. everyone. It is like 6:30 in the morning. I've been out here for the last 15 minutes or so trying to figure out our chicken situation. Miss Maisel's chickens have hatched in the night, and I need to get her moved out because the other chickens are pecking at her, and we already lost one chick because the other chickens... Hank, stop, please. You've been fed. Leave me alone. Thank you. My goodness. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with her. We talked about moving her when she first got broody, and we decided not to move her, and now I feel like we should have moved her already because now that the chickens are hatching, they're in here and they're up higher. She always lays her, or makes a nest and gets broody in a spot that's up high, which is never good because when the chicks hatch, they fall down, and then she ends up abandoning the rest of the eggs to go after the one chick that falls out, which I understand, and go for the one that you know is alive. So far she has 8 eggs under her and 2 have hatched. So I was thinking about leaving her in here the rest of the day to let the rest hatch before we try to move her so she doesn't abandon the rest of the eggs. But the rest of the chickens are coming in and out because the chickens have to come in and lay because she's in our only nesting box area. Didn't really think this through beforehand. Now I'm trying to figure out what to do. I have actually let the rest of the chickens out into the garden area, so they'll be a little bit distracted most of the day. I'm just trying to kind of stay out of the garden and make sure that they stay out of the garden. And then they'll only come back to lay like this one's doing. This one on the end is a brown one that's not her. The one that's broody is the one in the center. This guy's just coming and laying. When they're coming to lay, they don't come and mess with her at all. They just lay and then leave, so that's fine. Look, there's another one coming in to come and lay. I don't think that's going to be the issue. It's when they're all in here and they're bored that they start messing with her. Or the rooster will mess with her. Anyway, just in here trying to figure out what to do as I ramble on. Alright, so the game plan is to get Miss Maisel and the chicks moved into the goat pen. I feel like recently we're just shuffling animals around in different areas and just trying to make things work. But that's what that is what we're doing. So we're going to move her in here to hopefully keep her safe from this guy and Yoda, the other cat, and the other chickens, because the other chickens are wanting to go after the chicks in the chicken coop. So just give her somewhere safe to stay for a few weeks until the chicks are big enough to be added back into the flock. So, you're the reason we have to do this. The kids are out here, they're gonna help me, and we're just gonna get to it. This project's pretty simple. The goat pen is basically ready, except for there's gaps on the side. I'm going to put up netting to keep the cats out, and we're also going to fill in some mulch in the bottom just to raise the edges up a little bit, because there is some gaps around the bottom that I think the chicks will sneak out of, so that way hopefully that'll block them from getting their way out.
Out at that time.
if you're up underneath the chicken coop where the nest is, if they're really quiet, you can hear the eggs cracking. So I'm gonna try and see if you guys can hear it. I don't know if you could hear it. Couldn't hear it from my angle. But if you spend any time down there, every few seconds, about every 10 seconds, you can hear sound. So cool. All right. We're going to try and move the babies and see if she'll follow.
No, don't move.
Come on, Mama.
Having another one, but I couldn't.
All right.
Fall out.
Oh. Come on, Mama. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. All right. He's so cute. Okay. You don't let that fall. That's a 2% battery, of course it is.
Now it is. It was at 5.
I'm sorry, Mama.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, Mama. Come chase your chicks. Come chase your chicks. They're over here. Come here. Your chicks are over here. Come here. Your chicks are over here. Come here. Chickies are over here. We're going to move you. Alright, we missed the whole chaotic process of moving her, but we cut the eggs, and Miss Maisel moved into the coop. That was a fiasco. Of course, we ran out of battery on our other camera. My fault, but they're in, they're happy. She's resettling down, and she's even taking the eggs back, so I think this will be a good thing.
They're so cute.